In this video, we are going to start with the numericals of process costing. Now, this is the first numerical. A company produces two products P and R. They undergo two processes. First process is factory process and the second process is finishing process. And we are given with the information that raw material and general expenses are to be divided in the ratio of output. Factory and finishing overheads are to be divided on the basis of direct labor ratio. And selling price of P is 400 whereas Q is 450. We are given with the opening stock, purchases, closing stock, factory wages, finishing wages, factory overheads, finishing overheads, general expenses and output of P and Q. So we all know that in case of process costing, we make separate account for each process. Now we have two products P and R. So this is not R, sorry. This is P and Q, right? This is P and Q. Now we have two products P and Q. Now we have to make account for each process. So let's draw a format first. So this is for P and this is for Q. This is again for P and this is again for Q. Debit side and credit side. So I'm writing here P, Q, P, Q, and this is the factory process. Account, right? We have two different products. So I'm writing here particulars. This is the format. Expenses to be shown on debit side and incomes on credit side. So this is the debit side and the credit side, right? Now, so let's start. Now we are given with the opening stock, purchases and closing stock for factory process. So I'm writing here to opening stock. Opening stock is how much? It was, I think, 10600 plus purchases, which is 317400, right, minus closing stock. Closing stock is 82,000. Right? So this is to be deducted. So we'll get raw material consumed, which is 2,46,000. Right? Now we are given that the raw material is to be apportioned in factory. Raw material is to be apportioned in the ratio of output of each class. So the ratio of output is this is 2:1, right? So we are going to apportion that in this ratio, right? Now, so when you will divide the expense in the ratio of P and Q, in the ratio 246 in the ratio of 2:1, we'll get 1,64,000, and here you will get 82,000 after dividing in the ratio of 2:1, right? Now the other expenses, we are given with the factory wages of P and Q 160 and 120. So write here 160 and 120. 2 factory wages. All factory expenses will be shown in factory process, and finishing expenses in finishing process. So factory wages. So factory wages are 160 and 120. 160 and 120. Right? In case if we are asked to calculate the cost per unit also, then we will prepare 4 column on each side. P cost per unit, Q cost per unit, again credit side P cost per unit, Q cost per unit. So we will calculate cost per unit by dividing it by output. Right? Now next we are given with factory overheads. 2 factory overheads. So factory overheads are to be apportioned in the ratio of labor, which is the ratio of labor is 4:3. So the ratio is 4:3. 16:12 or 4:3. And the amount of factory overheads will be divided. What is the amount? Let me check. So the amount is of factory overhead is 63,000. So we are going to divide this 63,000 in the ratio of 4:3. So when you will divide, you will get 36 and 27. 36,000 and 27,000. Right? So this is all about this account. And now the output of factory, the total cost of factory process will be transferred to finishing process. So we'll write here by transfer to next process. Transfer to next process is finishing process. So I am writing finishing process. So the total of this is, what is the total? The total is 1 lakh. No, sorry, it's 3,60,000. 3,60,000, and here the total is 2,29,000. So 3,60,000, 2,29,000. So again total 3,60,000 and 2,29,000. So this is all about factory process. Now we are going to prepare finishing process. In the same way, so the format, first of all, finishing process account, right? Again a column for P, Q, then again P, then again Q, right? So P, Q, P, Q. So I'm writing here 2 opening stock, which is, let me check what is the value of opening stock for finishing process. 5,000, 135 and 44. So it is 5,000, right, plus purchases, and purchases is 135, 1,35,000 minus closing stock, and the closing stock is 44. So closing stock is 44,000. Now this comes out to be 96,000. So 96,000. 96,000, this is to be apportioned in the ratio of output. So when you will divide 96,000 in the ratio of 2:1, 2:1, right? So you will get 64,000 and 32,000. So the amount is 64,000 and 32,000. Now after this we will write finishing wages. So finishing wages are 90 and 30, 90,000 and 30,000. Now we had finishing overheads, 2 finishing overheads, and this is to be divided in the ratio of labor, which is 3:1, 3:1. So when you divide finishing overheads, the amount of finishing overhead is it is 24,000, which is to be divided in the ratio of 3:1. So when you divide this in the ratio of 3:1, you will get 18,000 and 6,000. So 18,000 and 6,000. Fine. So the total of this is 5,32,000, 5,32,000 and 2,97,000, 2,97,000. Fine. Now after this is the last process, so we will write by transfer to finished stock account. So this will be transferred to finished stock account, and total is 5,32,000 and 2,97,000. So this is transferred here, and total again 532 and 2,97,000. So we have prepared separate account for each process, right? Now after this, preparing factory process account and finishing process account, we are left with general expenses, right? So and also we are given with the selling price. So we can prepare process account, and we can also calculate the profit by deducting the sales from total cost from the sales. So we can prepare, this is not required, this is to be prepared only if it is being asked, right? So we can prepare a statement showing, so this is statement showing profits of P and Q, right? So this is a statement showing profit of P and Q, and I am drawing this statement. The format is particulars, right? Then we have P and Q, right? So this is for P and this is for Q, right? Now we know that the total cost of finished stock, is, we just calculated the value of finished stock, which is 5,32,000. So it is 5,32,000, and for this it was 2,97,000. So 2,97,000, right? Now we are left with general expenses. We were not given that whether these general expenses belong to factory process or finishing process. So in case if we are given with some common expense, which is like general expense, and we are not given that general expenses are to be divided into factory and finishing in a particular ratio. Now this general expenses, we can show these general expenses in statement showing profit. So we are going to deduct the amount of general expenses here, minus general expenses. So general expenses, we were given that are to be divided in the ratio of 2:1, right? So I'm dividing that general expenses in the ratio of 2:1. So general expenses were 1,44,000, and after dividing it in the ratio of 2:1, we'll get 96 and 48, right? So amount is 96,000 and 96,000 and 48,000, right? Now we have, sorry, we are not supposed to deduct, this is also expense, so we are going to add this. So we'll get cost, total cost, net cost. So total cost of P is now 6,28,000, 6,28,000, and total cost of Q is 3,45,000. Now we have sales. So sales is equal to output into, so for sales of P, the selling price of P is 400 and the output of P is 2000 units. So for P it is 2000 into 400, you will get sales. So sales of P is 8 lakh, right? And sales of Q is 1000 into 450. So it is sales is 4,50,000. So difference between sales and cost is your profit. So cost plus profit is your sales. So the difference, balancing figure, profit, balancing figure. This is your balancing figure. So difference 8 lakh minus 6,28,000, you will get 1,72,000 profit here, and here the difference is 105,000. So 105,000. So this is how we can calculate the profits, right? And we are done with this. Thank you.